welcome to my videos, The Isolated Christian. I want to talk today about God. I mean, as I said in my last video, my job is to be a signpost, is to point people back to Jesus. And I know as Christians you already know Christ, but I feel that the reason I'm doing these videos is to encourage my brothers and sisters in isolation, and those that aren't believers that maybe get a chance to see this video. And I'm doing them just to literally encourage people to use this time of isolation to turn back to God, instead of, as I said before, instead of looking inwards and thinking, you know, I'm on my own, I'm isolated. Use this time to think, I have got all the time in the world to get to know my God, to get to know myself better. And I want to look at today about jobs and the work situation with this coronavirus. And before I say what I'm going to say, please understand, at the moment I still have a job. I'm in isolation, but I still have a job, and as far as I'm aware, my job is safe. But I do understand that there are a lot of people out there that maybe aren't too sure about their future and their job. But what I want to say today is that I want to encourage you that my God and your God is bigger than all this situation. And I know it's difficult right at this minute for you to see the way ahead and to think what is going to happen, especially if you've got the chance of losing your job, or if you have lost your job. I am awfully sorry that you have. And if you're being threatened with losing the job, or you're really not sure, my encouragement today is stick in there and have faith and trust God. And the reason that I say that is because I can testify that although it's not the same as losing a job, over 10 years ago I got divorced. I lost everything. I lost my house, my wife, relationship. The only thing that I didn't lose was my job. I had to change the whole of my life. And when I did, at the time, those of you that have been divorced know that it is a very stressful and traumatic time. And for me, I thought my world had ended. Everything come crashing down. My safety over the previous 18 years that I'd been with my ex-wife, my safety net, everything that I had literally shattered, and I lost the lot. But today, 10 years later, over the last 10 years, God has been my strength. God has been my provider. God has proved himself through his word that says, I am your provider. I am your all in all. I am your sufficiency. So what I'm going to be saying to you today is, look, you know, when I left where I lived with my ex-wife, I ended up in Coventry in the Midlands, where I currently am today. But when I moved to an address, the address I lived at before this one, when I moved there, I met and befriended a Christian man, and he put me in touch with other Christian people, and one of them was Tim Constable. Now, since meeting Tim, years later, we got together and we have created the Billy Bogbrush series of books. Now, I'm saying that because had I not moved to Coventry, I think my divorce was inevitable. What I'm trying to say is that God used that moment. My divorce was inevitable. Things were not going very well. It was breaking down. And as hard as I tried and I prayed, Lord, help us to keep us together, my wife decided enough was enough. That's it, we're done. So with that said, I had to move out of the house. And I ended up, like I said, in Coventry, but through mutual friends, through a series of events. What I'm trying to say is, through that distressful time, through a series of events, I ended up meeting Tim. Years later, getting to know him and what he can do and what he can't do. It turned out that when God gave me the Billy Bogbrush books, I got in contact with Tim, and together over the last 3 years we've put together a series of books. We have 2 of them published. What I'm saying is, through my time of distress, God moved me around to different places. I stayed in one house for sort of like nearly 6-7 years. I'm now in another house, and I've been here just over 3 years, and I'm due to move again. when all this is sorted. But my encouragement to you today is, and like I said, I have said I've still got a job, but no matter what you're going through, no matter what your circumstances are, my encouragement to you today is God, your God, my God, our God is bigger than all of this. And I know, and I say it with all humbleness in my heart, I understand that you are probably terrified and your faith is being tested and you're probably struggling at what is going to happen. But I can testify myself that God is your provider. Things will turn out okay. Things will work out. I don't know how. I can't tell you how it's going to work out for you. What I do know is my God is bigger than your circumstances. My God is bigger than what's going to happen. My God has got your future. Like I said in one of my other videos, I think it was the first one, God has been in your every step of your life, so he knows that this moment that you're going through, he's already been here. He's already put things in place. Answers are coming. You might not see it right now, you might not understand it right now, but what I'm saying to you is things are about to change. God is in control. Not your circumstances, not your boss or your job or the government. Nobody's in charge. God is in charge. And no matter what you're struggling with today, trust in God, seek God, get back to him, ask him, and just trust in the future. I know it's difficult, and there are things you probably will have to do that seem alien to you, and you may struggle for a while, but if you're a child of God and you have faith, put that faith to the test and just wait on God. I can testify that things have gotten better as time has gone on. I've always had somewhere to live. I've kept my job, but I've had to move about. But God has been my provider. He's been my all in all. He's proved himself beyond a shadow of a doubt. So my encouragement today is, whatever your circumstances, whatever you're going through today, just trust in God. Use this time not to worry about the future, not to look internally and to keep worrying about tomorrow, what's going to happen. Use this time to say, God, I know it's hard and I'm nervous and I'm a bit scared and I'm a Christian, I'm supposed to have better faith, and God understands all this. But he just wants you to say, despite everything, I trust you, God. I trust you. I trust you with my future. And the more you say it and the more you believe it and the more you spend this time in isolation, unsure of your future, none of us know what's going to happen. This isolation and what's happening in the world today, when we come out of this, there is going to be massive changes in this world. Things are going to change on this world. Is never going to be the same again. There are going to be massive, massive changes. But trust in God. Use this time to get back to searching God. Start talking to him. Start trusting in him. Start believing him. Start putting your faith to the test and see that God will come through. Nothing you're going through today has escaped him. He already saw it before the world began and put answers in place. So I know it's hard. I know you're scared. I know things are looking a bit scary at the moment and you're not sure what's going to happen. But trust in the word of God. I hope that's been some encouragement to you. God bless you. Thank you for listening. My name's Ian Campbell, the Isolated Christian. See you next time.